Welcome to another episode of the Unsolicited Opinions Podcast, where we bring you the real, the raw, the relevant. I'm your girl, Malika.
I'm Ryan J. And today we have a special guest sitting across from us, co-owner of Urban Trivia. The game that got everyone going crazy from online to in-person to social media. Yeah. Stanley Newcomer.
Man, appreciate y'all for having me. Appreciate
you for being here, man. Thank you for just taking the time out to talk to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Energy. So, how you feeling?
Man, I feel amazing, bro. Can't complain if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Can't complain if I wanted to. Just doing shows after shows and slanging cards. We just out here living life, man.
Yeah, y'all doing big things. Before we get started, though, we're going to start off with an icebreaker.
Let's get it.
You ready? Now, when you walk in here, you said I can ask you anything.
Whatever.
All right, so scenario is you've been with your girlfriend for 1 year.
Okay.
Y'all been dating for a year, but y'all been together for 4 years.
Okay.
Right now, we're going to say she's 2 months pregnant.
Okay.
You are madly in love with her.
Okay.
So since she got pregnant, you announced to the family that the baby's on the way. So the news is spreading.
Okay.
Your cousin hits you up like, hey, who's so-and-so? So you let him know your girl. You're like, we used to mess around back in the day, like right before y'all start messing around. It used to be my sneaky link.
Okay.
So you confront her about it. She say, well, yeah, I knew that was your cousin, but I didn't tell you because I feel like that's my past and you should accept me for who I am.
Facts.
How you handling that?
I'm a grown-ass man. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Okay.
That's it?
That don't do nothing to me, for me.
Right. They're not actively messing around.
Yeah,
so
like,
okay.
and then so that's what you saying now, 4 or so years ago at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As long as he not saying, like, I just messed with her the other day.
Yeah, like, and then, nigga, okay, what made you hold on to this? Like, what made you hold on to this for this long?
Are we saying he don't know?
No, the cousin didn't know. Your girl knew.
So
she said she didn't tell you because she felt like...
that wouldn't bother me.
So you wouldn't be mad at anything?
No.
You're a better man than me.
You'll be mad?
I'd just be mad that you didn't tell me you knew.
So you feel like she was trying to be sneaky?
I mean, yeah, in a sense. Like, I feel like it's certain things that you should know that I would want to know. Like, like if you my girl and you used to strip, I think you should tell me that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like,
what if she trying to change her life around?
That's fine. I'm not saying I'm a judge. I'm just saying give me the option. To let you know. Like, if it's just like a dude. If you walk in, a dude tell you I used to be bisexual and I used to do these things, wouldn't you want to know? Not saying that's gonna change your mind, but you just want that choice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She said, yeah.
Because I don't think you just stop being bisexual, but yeah. Like, that's why I was like, stop, yeah. But I get it. Yeah, I still want to know.
Yeah, just certain stuff you want to know, so.
Yeah, not for me. That don't do nothing for me, to me, whatever. Like clearly we ain't close enough if in 4 years he ain't met this girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I think it's hard once you already been in Pound Town because it's like, damn, like I ain't know before, but we already here. So like,
I mean, now we cousins and Eskimo brothers.
And then you got the baby on the way. Y'all in love. So I guess depending on who it is, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. I feel like if I don't know where that scenario would upset me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I like unless
they knew.
Unless, like, he was shooting at her, like, while we were together or something like that, then, maybe. But I'm just so nonchalant. I just be like, okay.
What it is.
All right.
Said,
what am I supposed to do with this?
You know what I'm saying? I'm already here.
Yeah, like,
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Stan the man.
Yes, sir.
You go by also another name.
We got Stanley Newcomer when I'm hosting trivia, but I be Saint Row when I'm rapping.
Hey. There we go.
It's just, we just,
He said he outside with it.
I got talents and I'm going to leave here empty.
Okay. How long you been doing that?
Oh, my God. Since I was probably like 12.
Oh, wow.
Like rapping?
Yeah.
Rapping since 12?
So,
what was your first rap? You remember?
I do actually.
Let's hear it. I need a bar. Give us the bar.
I'm not an outcast, but I stay so fresh and clean. Ooh. I look pimped out when I step on the scene.
Okay.
I might go to the movies and my mug on me. If they had one, I'll be on the freestyle dream team.
Hey, that's good for 12.
Right, that's fire. What you mean?
I mean, back then, y'all both from Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay, so see, in Texas, we had the man, hold up, I'm about to come through.
Okay.
Swing candy red, swing candy blue. So that's the way that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I mean, I've been rapping forever. So, but started taking it serious. I mean, I guess in my eyes, I was always taking it serious. But, as you grow and learn more information, you realize that you wasn't really taking it as serious as you thought you was. Until you have a marketing budget, you're not really taking it serious. Probably about 25-ish. Somewhere like that. And, we've done a lot. Shout out to my guy, Star Music. We just dropped a project called Breakfast with Breadwinners. We've done, thank you so much. We've done a lot of shows together. We've done Nipsey Hussle, Kevin Gates. Hey. We was on tour with Joe Budden and Slaughterhouse and Currency. We've done a lot. We've done a lot over the years, and I just got to a point where obviously Urban Trivia was taking off. I'm actually making money from Urban Trivia versus spending money with music. And I just got to a point where I didn't want to do it anymore. But then just watching him just continuously go, like regardless, he's just like, bro, I've taken every expectation off of this. Like now I'm just doing it just because it's my creative outlet. Right, so for me, like, Urban Trivia has given me everything that I wanted from rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still I'm in front of thousands of people, what I'm saying? Still, entertaining, whatever. So, then I'm like, okay, you know what? I am at a place where I don't care what happens. Now I just want to rap. Like now I'm just doing it just because.
You're like, I got this. I got this taken care of. I got this down. So you said you're originally from Texas.
Yeah.
Who are your influences in music being in Texas?
Hove. That's my favorite rapper. Hove. The Game. Ross.
Ooh, The Game. That's interesting.
Who else? Luda. Kiss, Outkast,
it's funny because when I was listening to the album, those are what I hear in your music. Yeah. Like you have a certain lane. It's not like what new music is.
Yeah,
you got this classic.
Yep. And that's literally what we was going after. I was like, okay, I know that he cares about bars. Like he just want to rap. Mm-hmm. I'm more of the songwriter. What's the hook gonna be? After I got the hook out the way, now I can focus on the raps. And I was like, man, like let's just make something that we would have enjoyed when we was in high school. Like so like that 2000 early Rockefeller. Like all of that. Dipset and even like like the B Common era, stuff like that, like soul samples and, just going in on beats, State Property era, like all of that kind of stuff. Like, let's just, lock in and do something like that. And that's kind of that was the feel that we wanted to convey, but also have like modern, modern hooks and, modern like drum patterns and stuff like that. So I think we accomplished that.
You hear that in the music for sure. What was that process like? Because some artists, they got to go into this dark space of not dealing with nobody, and you got some who need to be out and be influenced and inspired. So what was your process like? Creating that with Star?
Man, I mean, I think honestly for me it's just like, what do you feel like saying that day? Like, and most of the time, like everything that we did, we wrote it on the spot. So it wasn't a, you know, okay, I got this verse from 2 years ago that I'm gonna bring out today. Nah, like we was, you know, we got the beat going. Let's rap this right now. So it's a lot of it is literally what I'm going through like right now, you know. So like one of the songs, I think it's Stars on the Roof, like I'm rapping about, you know, sending out W-2s and K-1s to my day ones, like because we're actively doing our taxes, like you know what I'm saying? So I'm like damn, like, you know, this is really like what's happening, you know what I'm saying? So there's way more truth in these raps than people know, and that I care to divulge. But you know, it I'll just say a lot of it is what I'm currently you know, going through at the moment. So yeah.
Got you.
I would say listen to the album. My favorite so far is 98 Hove.
That's my
man, that's a good starter.
Man, listen.
That's a good starter.
We was on the phone with the producer. He played the beat, and Star was like, 98 Hove. And I said, hold that. I'll be right back. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just keep that 98 Hove, and I wrote the hook. And I originally wanted both of us to just go for a long-ass time and then stick the hook in between it somewhere. He was like, yeah, I ain't doing it. I was like, all right. He was like, what I'll do, he said, I'll do the first verse, and he was like, then I'll bring you in, and you know, you can finish it off however you want. Like, all right, bet. So that's kind of how that came about.
That's fire. Finish Line, about money, love, loss.
Yeah.
But minimum wage, man, you had a bar on it. I had to stop. Hey, you watch battle rap?
Yeah.
You see when they say a bar and they somebody grabbed the shirt?
Yeah.
I was. You say, if I'm not producing, then I'm useless. My daughter can't eat off my excuses.
Period.
I say, oh my
God. Why I'm out here getting to it, man.
That's a fire bar. That's when I heard that, I'm like, oh yeah, he can rap.
Yeah.
Like he rapping.
It's that's really it, man. Like, you know, I have a house that I have to, you know, I have somebody that's looking back at me like, hey, if it don't work, like, you know, nigga, we still gotta eat. So what you gonna do, nigga? You done quit your job, but what you gonna do? So, you know, and like literally, like if I'm not being paid to do whatever it is, then like what are we doing? Like I don't have time to it's funny because you know, get somebody else to do it. So I had put on TikTok, you know, when people ask us to do urban trivia for exposure, I was like, get somebody else to do it. Like somebody actually reached out to me and was like, you know, I didn't know how to approach you because you said if it's for exposure, get somebody else to do it. Yeah, have the budget in mind already. Like we're not. Like,
that's a big production though.
We're not doing this for fun no more.
Yeah.
Like we just not.
So I got a question based on that. So you said your daughter is your motivation. All right. And so obviously when y'all were coming up with urban trivia, who all was involved in that?
So the start of urban trivia started with Darren, Jason, and Marcus, and a girl named Talon.
Okay.
They had the idea. They were just party promoters. You know, they don't like that, but they were. They were party promoters, photographers, DJs, and they initially just asked me to host it. So, you know, that's 2017. We was at Hot Box, right down the street from Brick House Lounge in Arlington. That's where the first one was. And, you know, we would do it just maybe like once every 6 months, once every 3 months. It wasn't, you know, a big thing, like, you know. But then as we started doing it, you know, more often, I started taking on more of it because, okay, if I'm hosting, I gotta know about what y'all asking about, you know. So I'm like, let me write the questions.
Okay, so y'all were writing the questions. This wasn't something that y'all were playing. Y'all weren't playing a different kind of game. Y'all were just writing questions.
Yeah, okay. We write every question.
Okay,
like everything that we come with, you know, comes from our brains. So so that's how it started. And then we did a show, and we was in the back alley. And I was like, man, we should make this a card game. Like fleeting thought. Okay. You know, like I just said it.
Okay.
And we was like, maybe. you know, and went on about life. But then obviously the pandemic hit, and so we was like, I was sitting at work. I used to work at UTA.
Okay.
So so I was looking outside. I was like, yo, it is a beautiful day. I could be doing anything in the world but sitting right here. And I was like, let's pick back up on that card game idea. And so I just put it in the group. And they was like, I don't know. Sounds expensive. I don't know. Marcus was like, give me numbers. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
And so that's what I did. I found companies, all of that. And then that's when everybody, you know, when I'm like, oh, we can do this. You know, and it ain't going to take much to do it between the four of us, you know, and that's what we did. We put it all together and, you know, we launched 2020. And it's just been.
It's still a baby though.
Yeah,
it's still
she's 2.5 years old.
So big now.
Yeah.
It's still a
that
baby.
grew real
Yeah.
fast.
That took off.
So
okay.
with 4 people, right? It's not easy working with a group.
Nope.
So with you working with your group, you got egos, you got creative differences, you just got different personalities. How did y'all make that work amongst y'all to get it to where it is today?
I think more so than anything, like, I'm able to put that shit aside and know that this is what we're working towards. All the other we can figure out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can figure all of the rest of that out. You know, but the main thing is accomplishing the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has worked with people that they have not gotten along with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not that we don't get along. It's just, you may have a disagreement about something before I go on stage.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you like, you know, well, what are you gonna do? You gonna cancel the show because you mad? No, like,
They can say you'll call it.
you know,
work.
like,
Oh,
no,
the show must go
I'm calling in. Hey, 1,000 people, you know, I understand, but like, so I think, you know, we're just able to put those differences aside and really like just talk about them, like, you know, so that way, look. Let's just get it out the way now. You know what I'm saying? So that way, by the time, you know, it's not nothing lingering. You know what I'm saying? So that way we can just, you know, keep it moving.
Did y'all ever have a time y'all was like, we done with it?
Nah.
Okay.
Hell no.
Okay. So everybody was always on board, keep it moving, keep the next step.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I'm not letting it. I don't know how they feel, but I'm not letting it.
I know you was gonna say. I know you was gonna say. He's like, I'm making money.
Either y'all gonna ride with it or y'all not.
No, it's either we riding or we not riding.
Yeah.
Like, well, really, it ain't even that. It's either we riding or we riding because, like, over what? You know what I'm saying? Like over what? Like what can we really be mad at? You know what I'm saying? So like I think that we have, you know, a good nucleus of, you know, the right things, and if long as everything else, you know, stays the course, like what, you know, because everybody's equal partners. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it ain't no money to fuss over.
Yeah.
Right.
We handled that up front, and I told him that. Look, let's do this up front because what you don't want is $50,000 come. And now it's, well, who gets what? I deserve because I did. No, there's nothing else to discuss because when there was nothing to split, we had the same amount to split. So when something comes, we got the same amount to split.
Right.
So you know had it in your mind already. This is gonna be successful. So let's go ahead and get this out the way before it even gets to that point.
It was a fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, because they you know, like they just didn't. It's like, oh, well, we can do that later. We can, but me coming from music, you can't do that later.
Facts.
You have to handle the business up front because if not, and I told them this, like, dog, think back. You have to have a little foresight. Look down the road of what you're trying to be, what you're trying to do, and if you can see you making any amount of money, have the paperwork in place. Yeah. Because if not, you're gonna fight. And when 6 months, you know, pass and we finally get on Amazon, and then you finally getting them checks from Amazon, And I literally told them, imagine us trying to figure out who's owed what from this.
That's a mess.
Bruh.
That's a mess, yeah.
That's a fight.
Yeah.
That's when you, nigga,
I was gonna say that.
No.
Because people gonna be like, I did this. I did this.
So now that's where people start breaking things down and, you know, well, I don't want to do it no, you know what I'm saying?
The ego's
but
involved.
exactly, but you know, if you handle that front when there's nothing to split.
That's some game right there, man. That's some game for those who working in the group and just trying to get something going.
Yeah, for sure. Handle the business up front. That's no matter what it is.
So what was the process like creating a card game? And what was the vision to separate it? Because, you know, people can make the same game, but I'm sure y'all had a vision to be like, this going to be different, and this is why this going to be different.
Yeah. Shout out to T Hall. T Hall has a game called Rap Game. I think it's called the Rap Game or Got Bars. That's what it's called. Okay. Got Bars. He honestly made me see that it was possible because he had the card game, you know, long before, you know, I had even thought about making it a card game. But once I thought about it, I was like, oh, well, if T Hall can do it, it can't be that damn hard. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's kind of like was the inspiration. And then obviously, you know, games like, Black Card Revoked, you know, things like that. And I'm like, dog, it can operate like that. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. All we got to do is just make it better. You know what I'm saying? So like their game is more so, you know, opinion based, you know, like putting you in situations, you know, get rid of this one or, you know, who's more influential or, you know, like more opinion based than, you know, true actual facts. This is the right answer, you know, but my thing was I want to make it educational, but I also want to make it fun. Like, you know, I want this to be a party game. I don't want you to sit around and, oh, who's the first black woman elected to the Supreme Court? Who gives, not who gives, okay? But I'm saying on a Saturday night and it's, you know, girls' night, who gives about that? I'm not thinking about that. I'm trying to pour up Casamigos and, you know what I'm saying, see if y'all, you know, if y'all get wrong, y'all taking shots. You know what I'm saying? So so that's, you know, just the kind of thinking that we had behind it, just making it fun. You know, making it fun first.
Okay. And so your questions are based on anything urban, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, everything from Martin to Power, P Valley, you know, just everything, man. Everything that encompasses the culture. Viral moments, you know, just memes, everything. Like, you know, I pay attention to everything. And it's just like how I've been. You know what I'm saying? Like back when, you know, when I was really, really a hip hop fan, there was not a rapper probably that I couldn't tell you their first and last name. You know what I'm saying? So like if I was, you know, that much of a fan of you, so now, you know, that comes in handy if I'm like, okay, you know, whose real name is Radrick Davis? You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's Gucci. I know that. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's see what other people know. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, just having that bank of trivia already in my mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of make it easier for me to, you know, translate it to the game. So,
okay. So what has the experience been like rocking the crowd? Because when, like, my first time seeing it was at Legacy Hall. That's not your first time doing it, but that's the first time I've seen it on camera. And I was just like, it's so many.
Everybody out there.
It's so many people.
Dog.
It got old people, young people, tall people. So I'm like, damn.
Yes, everybody.
And that was the first big show, right?
No, actually. So the first time we did Legacy Hall was actually 2021. We did it 2021. It was Black Business Month. I had met the girl at a shout out to the Dallas Black Bloggers at their little conference, and she was like, "Hey, like, you know, I heard you do live shows. You know, would y'all like to come do it at Legacy Hall?" I had never been to Legacy Hall. I only heard of it because my best friend lived there. Okay. So I'm like, all right, you know, bro, tell me a little bit about this place. And he was like, bro, like, you know, it's super dope. You know, you should go. But it was only supposed to be on on the third floor. It's just in a little bar area. But we had so many RSVPs that they had to move it down to the box garden.
Okay.
And so, but this iteration of Urban Trivia, we didn't play the music. We didn't do none of that. We literally was just doing trivia. Yeah. So, you know, and, you know, it went good. We probably had like 300 people out there, you know, but that was our biggest crowd, you know, to date. And then, but they, you know, they didn't do it again. We had reached out again and they didn't do it. But then we was trying to figure out where we could go to do the launch party for the second edition. And I was like, bro, it's at Legacy Hall. I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. And they was trying to find other places. I said, no, that is not, that's not it. Keep that in the back pocket, but it's at Legacy Hall. And when I finally got them on the phone, I got not one show, but two. So they gave me the first one in August and then the actual release date in August. And so, you know, the first one was cool. You know what I'm saying? But the second one was bigger than that. But everybody saw that one and came to the September one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the September one, I don't know if that's the one that you was at.
I didn't. Yeah.
That's where everybody and their mama came. There was people hanging off the rails at Haywire. There was people lined up on the stairs on the side. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
So the feeling of, you know, putting a question out and getting, you know, 2,000 people singing back to you.
Yes.
Oh my God. Like, you know, like it's overwhelming. Like we did our first show in Chicago. That was our first show outside of Texas. And we was doing Melodies from Heaven and I started crying. And I was like, dog, like, because one, Chicago has this stigma of that it's so violent and all of this. And first off, it is beautiful in Chicago.
Was that your first time going?
That was my first time going.
Okay.
I don't know how anybody can be mad. And they downtown. It's just, it's just fucking beautiful down there. Like, you know, so I'm just, you know, I had all of this, you know, like Darren had been trying to get me to go for the longest. I'm like, nigga, I'm not going up there. You know, because I'm listening to everything that I hear. You know, and so we get up there and I'm like, dog, it's so much love. There's no issues. There's none of that, you know, and like, you know, then that was our first time outside of Texas. So like, it just was confirmation that we was right. You know what I'm saying? Like just, but like, you know, it worked here. It's going to work there. Yeah. It's going to work in Phoenix. It's going to work in, you know, DC. Too, right? Yeah, we went to Indianapolis too. Oh my God. But anyway. Yeah.
What was that?
Nah, it's just.
What was that? What happened in Indianapolis?
It was just a venue. That's
okay. I thought
other
you had
than that, nah, it was
not.
Indianapolis was fine. Everything like the. You know what? No, it wasn't fine.
Let's talk about it.
It wasn't fine. It wasn't fine, Indianapolis. When we got there, the rooms wasn't ready, so we had to go change in the bathroom. So we was pissed about that. Okay. Then we get to the venue, they had no help. Okay, so we didn't sold all these tables, but they not helping us. Like this person sits here, this person sits here.
Like no staff?
Yeah, like they had no staff to help us. But all right, whatever. Then the people. I've never met a more aggressive group of women anywhere in my life than Indianapolis. Like, dog, after the show, she was like, get over here and take a picture with me. Damn, Miss Ma'am. Like, shit, aggressive ass. But yeah, like it was cool. They didn't like that was the first place that we went where we play a song and they didn't sing it.
Really?
And so it was like
and I'm shocked because they so close. Well, they're not as close to Chicago, but it's a lot of people from like Chicago and Gary that live in Nap. So that's interesting. That
I
you
was
say
like,
that.
I literally stopped. I said, "Hey, I don't know what y'all thought we was coming to do, but this ain't that." I said, all this cool, cute that y'all doing, we ain't doing it.
Okay.
Like I was like, you know, like we're here to have fun. You not finna just look back at me and like with these blank stares. I said, so when we play a song, you sing it. Y'all understand?
They need to get some licking.
Yeah, like so. But then after a few questions, they start to catch on. Oh, okay, this is what they want, and it ended up being a really good show. But like I mean, shit, we had like 800 people out there. Like y'all are not finna. Yes,
800 and nobody saying that look crazy.
Dog, I forgot what the first song was, but like usually it's like an old school, like a 90s, something, because we kind of conceptualize this like the club, right? So like the first round is like the warm up. So I forgot what song it was, but like we like whoa, and they just
just looking
like oh. Then we go to the next one. I'm like, no, something ain't connecting. Either y'all can't hear me or y'all don't know what the hell going on. Mm-hmm. So, but after I explained it to them, they was like, oh, okay. But yeah.
I was gonna say, you gotta go.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so for people who have never been to Urban Trivia Live, what can they expect? What does that look like? What should they be doing for those who've never been?
Just come ready to party. Okay, we gonna sing a little bit. We gonna dance a little bit. We gonna laugh a little bit. Just come.
Mm-hmm. They need their phones, right?
You're gonna need your phone. You're gonna need your phone. So basically, the questions come up on your phone. You'll answer there. You'll get more points for getting it the faster you get it right. Things of that sort.
Are there prizes?
Yeah, we give away a little cash.
Oh, a little money.
Nothing crazy because black folks competitive and they want to start a problem.
They gonna stop fighting.
Nah, because you said where can you meet Young Jock, and it say you can catch me in the. Okay, well, look, the question was where can you catch Young Jock, not meet him where? So, you have to listen. Well, that's a trick question. No, it's not a trick. You just have to listen because I say, where can you catch Young Jock? You can catch him in the hood posted at the store. You can meet him in the trap is going down. So that's not on me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so, black people competitive. So we just keep it at $50. We
hey, listen, I don't care how much money. If it's free money, I'm competitive.
I just don't want to have to fight my way up out of nowhere.
Be like $1,000.
Exactly, man. Listen,
you about to say something crazy? Said $50.
Hell no, $50. Hell no, we not playing with you.
Oh man.
So but I mean, and that's that's what you want. People to like. We just left Nashville, and some girl was like, all right, I got beef with y'all questions though. Like, how was I supposed to know what April Palmer's favorite color was? I was like, I mean, you just gotta watch the movie. We was talking about Stump the Yard. Mm-hmm. So, in the movie Stump the Yard, what was April Palmer's favorite color?
I don't know. I'm
gonna say red. Red is
I'm gonna say yellow.
Purple. Gold.
I don't think I paid no attention.
What the fuck? I gotta say the rainbow?
What is it?
It was green.
Green? I would have never.
Because remember, like he was like, and I'm gonna guess that your favorite color is green. She's like, why you think that? He's like, your eyeshadow's green, your shirt's green.
Oh,
So then she went and asked her boyfriend, hey, what's my favorite color? And he was like, red.
Yep.
Nah, it's blue. Why? And then so they go through that, and then she was like, it's green.
Were they in a library?
They was at dinner when he said that.
Okay.
But yeah. So, once again, I pay attention to those type of things.
Damn,
that's
a smart way to look at that. That's
like smart. You just gotta pay attention to the details of different movies and, whatever stuff like that.
I mean, you don't want to make the questions easy.
That's what, and that's what I'm saying. Like everything can't be who was the guy that Smokey owed money to on Friday?
Yeah,
like everybody know that's Big Worm,
exactly.
like so
Big Fire.
So
okay, so with this getting so big, you've been provided other opportunities. So I heard you did the Essence Festival.
Yeah, man.
I've definitely seen you play with DJ Envy, Lady Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Who to you? Who was the most interesting person that you've met along the way? You played the game with.
Bebe was
I
fun.
can see
Oh,
that.
he funny as hell. He funny as hell.
We like the same person. So Bebe was fun.
Like, who actually just had fun? Like, just let go and have
Most of them. There was only one person, and you haven't seen them. I'll tell you off air who it was.
Okay.
But they hosted a very popular show. We'll just say that. They were so concerned about not getting something wrong that they was like, don't record me. I'll have my person record it,
It's
and then
a fucking woman. Gotta be.
and then I'll put it together, and then I'll send it to you. I looked at Dennis. Dennis is our videographer. I looked at Dennis and Marcus. I said, we ain't never seen that video.
and y'all never seen it.
Hell no. But like, just some people just take it.
Ma'am. Send the video.
They just take it too serious. Like,
Who was it?
Legend too.
Okay, wait.
Nah, you can't even give us all this.
Okay. Give us initials. I'm gonna find out
Because it's not. I can't even give you initials.
It's gonna be too easy.
I just can't.
You don't know who that? You don't know who they?
I can't. When I tell you who it was, you're gonna be like, oh, I see why you couldn't give me initials.
Okay.
But yeah, like, it was just, just like, lady, it's fun. Like, it's okay. Like,
nobody gonna talk about you.
Ain't nobody gonna say
And
nothing.
if you go viral, it's only
like,
gonna be for a week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then, like, what is? Oh my God, you didn't know what time Genuine, like, what what are we actually talking about? But Envy was cool. Like, everybody has been cool. Major was super dope. Doechii, she was super dope. I didn't know what to expect from her. Because she was like, she was real chill. She had her shades on, and she was like, yeah, I'm down to do whatever. But she wasn't giving I'm down to do whatever until I started asking the questions. Then she kind of like livened up. So so that was fun. But yeah, like, just the opportunities that come, man. I always say, you just never know who's watching.
Yeah,
you just never know who's watching.
Me and Ryan didn't learn that
Like,
so far.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Never know. So just, any business owners, any artists, whatever, don't. I know, like, we all get frustrated sometimes, and we, y'all listen to this, but y'all ain't do this, or what? Like, leave that frustration, write it down somewhere, and whatever. But don't put that out, because people are watching, you know what I'm saying? And maybe they was just about to support your business. And, maybe they was just about to tell somebody about, you know what I'm saying? Like, and people have to just get past the, oh, well, my mama didn't buy this. My sister didn't support me in this. Like, man, all of that, like, and I told them, like, when we first started this, because they had never, I was like, I would always say, like, man, y'all ain't never sold no mixtape before, like, it's gonna get harder, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, with rapping, like, I had to just walk up to people, hey, trying to sell them something for $5 that they had never heard before. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm telling them, like, hey, look, I know that this started out really good, because it was new. It was Christmas time. We knew what we was doing when we did that. But I said, January, it's going to get different. And that's when we're going to have to actually do this. And I was like, anybody that can sell to strangers, that's when you got something. And, just for any business owner, like, don't focus, like, your family may not be your target demographic. Like, go find who your demographic is. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, point of all of that is you never know who watching. So don't be the angry business owner.
Yeah, you said that you used to sell mixtapes, right? So I see you go out, probably, started off in Dallas, going out, just interviewing people. Yep. What was that response like when you first started? Because people are like, I don't know who you are.
Nah, actually, it was quite the opposite.
Okay.
People was down to do it then. They know who I am now, and now they don't want to do it. They like, hell no, you're not finna have me on TikTok looking crazy. Like, yeah. So, I got the best reactions back then because nobody knew what to expect. They didn't think that they was gonna see themselves. And then, you go to follow me, and we had, 2,000 followers or 500 followers, whenever we started. But now you go to our TikTok, you like 100,000 followers. Yeah. Like, oh hell no, you're not finna do that to me. So but it's fun. It's fun. Just like we went to the draft party Thursday at the Star.
NFL?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we was just I didn't even do urban trivia. I just did NFL trivia and Cowboys trivia, like just with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So so that footage should be coming out this week.
Is that an extension to urban trivia?
I mean, it was just me going out there, trying to, do some things to
Let me find out.
Because don't lie. Let me say something. Don't lie because I seen an interview where you was like something about Dallas Mavericks. You could do a trivia with them. Don't lie to me, man. Come on.
Can.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the attention of the Cowboys. Hey, you saw me out here doing this.
Yes.
So, when you see that,
Yeah.
You heard that, Jerry?
Ring the line.
And Mark.
Ring the line,
Mr. Cuban.
Marketing team, But now, like, the Mavericks has actually reached out. So we've had conversations with them, just doing different little giveaways, at the game and stuff like that. So we trying to, put some things together. So shout out to my girl DJ Ivy for that.
Yeah.
DJ Poison Ivy, sorry.
I got a personal question. So with this, it comes groupies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody tried to?
Nah,
not yet.
Nah, because
what?
I mean, and that's partly because they see this ring on my finger, so they like, yeah, I'm not gonna try them. But
there's a but.
People that don't care.
But they do slide in the DM, and they try. But that's not like that's just never moved me. You know what I'm saying? Like because the way that I really think about this, and this not got nothing to do with me being married or nothing. Like really, I've thought about this. Funny story. Back in college, I drove a 1992 Cadillac, but then in college, I got a brand new Challenger. Right. So I had a lot of girls, giving me attention, but I'm like, would you have given me the same attention if I was still driving my Cadillac?
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And so that kind of is how I conceptualize that, you know what I'm saying? Now, like if I was still working at UTA, would you, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm the same nigga, but, would you had, and so like that's just how I conceptualize that just in general. But nah, I haven't experienced that. Now you can ask some of my partners, have they experienced
right, because
it?
we might need to get them on.
We have somebody that we call somebody's son. Someone's always looking for somebody's son. Women online, they're like, I need somebody's son to go on vacation with, and we have somebody's son. So
you have the son.
Yeah,
I mean,
have the son.
He's the self-proclaimed son. So he might has I don't know, but the single people of urban trivia may have experienced some of those things. You know what I'm saying? But
interesting.
Is it in their bio?
I don't know if it's in their bio. I don't know. He might have put that in his bio. Fuck around. But yeah.
What's the craziest thing that you've seen at an event? Like it could be anything.
Oh, Atlanta.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Man, so I forgot the question that I asked. But what happened was he was in his seat and he picked the girl up and he was, doing this little,
Oh, wait, what? Like she's straddling him?
Yeah, like she's straddling him.
She's riding him.
Yeah, he and so I see everything from the stage, right? So I say, hey, bruh, I hope you got enough energy for the next one. Now, the next one was Tank with me.
Okay.
When I played that damn song, why did I say that? He found a different girl, picked her up, walked her up the stairs.
To the stage?
And was damn near the girl on the stage.
Y'all ain't recorded?
Of course they recorded it. I I'm like, get this nigga off the stage. They're like, no, man, that's my cousin. I don't give a damn who it is.
I know you lie.
Get this nigga off the stage, man.
I know you lie.
Dog.
We need the footage.
Not viral, but it was a big moment of the show, and everybody loved it. I hated it. One, it's a insurance liability because you walking up these damn stairs with a woman, you could have dropped her. Y'all drinking, business mind starts kicking in. But that's the crazy.
Is it kid friendly?
At Legacy Hall, yes.
Okay.
It's PG-13.
Okay.
At Legacy Hall, and that's only because if you've ever been to Legacy Hall, it's a big ass food hall that's on the other side of us. So those people can hear, they can see, stuff like that. So we kind of try to keep that. But in Nashville, it's the same people who own Legacy Hall, but it's on. But imagine it being on. So imagine if Legacy Hall was on top. Like the Box Garden was on the roof of Legacy Hall. So that's how it is out there. So they like, man, I don't give what y'all do.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all can say,
Okay.
Can't nobody hear it.
Right.
People on the street.
Yeah.
But like y'all can say, do whatever. So we had a good time up there. But yeah, Atlanta was that's the crazy that happened at the show.
As expected.
And we going back July 8th.
Hey. I might be there.
Hey,
where? In
Atlanta.
Pull up on us.
Okay. And
pull up on us.
So y'all are really big now. How important is marketing?
What? All right, let me be completely honest and transparent. We have not spent as much money in marketing as you would think. Y'all do the marketing for us.
The repost.
Y'all do the marketing for us. So, what we try to do is just give a good product. But yeah, so everything that we've done has really been organic. You know what I'm saying? This is like the first year. This past Christmas season was the first year that we ever spent money on ads.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So, which is a blessing, and then you don't have to spend as much when people already know who you are.
Right.
So, it's just like giving that extra little push to go ahead and get it. So, so that's really been the thing, man. But marketing is very important. Yeah. You have to absolutely find who this product is for, right? This product is not for college kids because they don't know that.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is for, maybe 25. 25 is even pushing it, but like 28 to about 45, that's our, you know what I'm saying? And even some of this stuff, 45 may not know because they wasn't in school when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? So, that's our sweet spot there. But yeah, man, marketing is everything, man. Like that's how you get the word out, so, having a brand voice, like, does this make sense to sound like this? If you Urban Trivia, but all of your communication is, hello friends, we would like to try to sell you this here card game. Like, no, hey, what up fam? A conversational voice, you know what I'm saying? But so just having a brand voice, having a brand identity, having a noticeable logo, everybody sees the Martin and then attach that Urban Trivia. Oh, this is exactly what what I expect. And then on top of that, having a product that still represents that. If all of that makes sense, but the product trash.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, still having a good product.
Okay. So you almost have a product that sells itself.
You said it, I didn't. It don't sell itself, but it don't take a lot of push. I'll just say that. But but it does. It's kind of crippling like that too, right? Because the first edition did damn near sell itself. The second one don't. So now what I had to figure out was what's the difference between the two.
Okay.
And how can I push people to get the second one? Because, people don't read. So, you know, like,
true.
you know, so if you got them side by side, then maybe you could say, oh, well, I'm gonna choose this one because it has more cards, you know, or I'm gonna choose this one because whatever your reasoning is, oh, the packaging looks better, or, you know, whatever the, you know, your reason is, but us figuring out what that messaging is, you know, and so that was definitely tough. So yeah, it don't sell itself, but you know, you have to make sure that you are putting the right pieces together to make the story make sense to the consumer. Okay.
So give us some tour dates. Where we going? What day? What time?
Man, you know, May 7th in Dallas. May 21st in Houston at the Texas Black Expo. That's free. So anybody in Houston, you know, it's free. You can pull up. Just go RSVP on the site. And then after that, Dominican Republic.
What?
Y'all international.
You know, then Dominican Republic, Labor Day weekend. That's on that Thursday. But then Nashville on Sunday, that same week, the 28th. And then Tampa is June 10th. And then Essence Fest again. But I don't know. We're going, but details are still being worked out. After that, Atlanta, July 8th. Milwaukee, July 14th. Chicago, July 15th. And Oklahoma City, July 29th.
Got you.
This sounds like a music tour.
I know, literally.
Yeah.
What goes
like a music tour,
behind the scenes? If we can get a little behind the scenes, what does that look like? Getting these together and getting set up, and you got the DJ, you got the cameraman.
That's what it look like.
Okay.
Because it's tough. Because you have to, you know, we're not being like not no one. In most of the cases, people aren't reaching out to us to come. When they do, it's some.
Okay.
So I'm the type of person, I'm not going to accept what people give me because I don't care. Indianapolis is something someone gave us.
Okay.
Right? Someone reaching out, you know, hey, come here to, you know, and do it. You know, you can do what you want, but, you know, just do it here. Okay, we learned our lesson from that, you know. So now I'm like, nah, I don't want that. Like, I have to protect our brand. Like, where we do it is just as important as what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because, and then I'm not from these cities, right? So when I put these tickets on sale and I'm reading through the comments of, you know, of the Facebook ads, and they like, oh, I would have went, but that's in the hood. So now I'm looking at Darren like, hey, they talking about hood. He like, nah, it ain't in the hood. Well, at least that's what they said. It ain't in the hood. Just like him. So then we get there, and is in the Kroger parking lot. Hey, my nigga,
that's the hood.
The hood.
That sounds like the hood.
Well, yeah, man, they didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, it's things like that. So that type of thing is just as important. You know what I'm saying? Of what you have, you know, where you do it. So making sure that, you know, those venues and, you know, that lines up. But then you also having deposits everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and some people like, you know, okay, well, you know, after y'all did it here, we don't need a deposit. But then other people like, nah, we don't need no deposit. We want the whole rental up front. Like, you know, so all of that is just, you know, it's a lot, you know, putting these shows together and, you know, but it's worth it, you know, once you have the people there and it's show day and nothing else matters, like, you know. So but yeah, it's a lot that goes into it.
Can the show go on if somebody don't come?
Who?
One of y'all.
One of the four.
Who?
Okay, let's say
the DJ gotta be there.
I love that when Darren don't come.
DJ gotta be there.
If Darren don't come, we've done Urban Trivia without Darren before.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what's everybody's role? Like, we got the DJ, do we got a photographer, videographer?
Yeah.
And then who's the fourth? What's his role?
So you got me as the host. You got Darren as the DJ. Almost Famous as the DJ. I'm saying Darren because these people know Darren.
DJ almost famous.
DJ almost famous. Yeah. Sorry, Darren. If you're on the run, But yeah, so we're the host. I'm the host. He's the DJ. Marcus is more so like logistics on day of. So making sure that everybody has wristbands and tables are set up where they're supposed to be. And then Jason more so runs like the camera on the screen. And he's kind of like IT support. Hooking things up, setting everything up. And then we have Dennis, who is our videographer. So that's pretty much the 5 that we travel with. Now in Dallas, we have a little more than that. So shout out to Calvin. Calvin to come. He flies the drone, and he also does. He also does videography too. Shout out to Benny. My guy Shade Room Benny. Benny comes take pictures, and things like that. So in Dallas we have a little more support, and then we'll have our guy D or Crook or somebody come run the merch table, things like that. So yeah, good.
It's a well-oiled machine right there. Huh? So far, yeah.
Man, and we still need more than that, but we make it work with that. But technically, I mean, we need more than that.
Yeah.
As you grow, things will be added to you.
So I got a little small backstory that's gonna come full circle. Right?
Let's do it.
So usually, I'm gonna just say music for example, right? We have Pac, right, and then we say Kendrick watches Pac, and then somebody watches Kendrick, right, and they fall in line. So, what's his name? T. Hall, right? Uh-huh. So I saw when you said T. Hall that you saw somebody that looked like you, who made a card game, because it's not a lot of people doing that neither. And he was like, if he can do it, I can do it, right? So I made my card game in like 2020. I started 2020, 2021, and it'll be ready this year. But to see somebody like face to face or somebody in the same city who looks like me, and then to see the growth and to hear it now, like hearing all these pieces connect, from him to you, and now it trickles from you to me on my end, because it's like, damn, it's funny how the dots connect, but the game that you give, you just, like you say, you never know who's watching. Yeah. So me watching from afar and watching the other interviews and hearing what you say now, it's like, damn, like, this has been inspiring to watch, seeing where you come from up until now, and y'all not even nowhere near done.
The inspiration, it's definitely there.
I mean, and honestly, like, I'll just tell you this, like, me coming up as a rapper, like my cousin, and I think he would have did this even if he wasn't my cousin, but like he just sat me down and like literally told me how the music business worked, right? So making sure that you got contracts and NDAs and, split sheets and all of these things, like, to set yourself up for success, because like, okay, do you want to be an artist or do you want to be a part of the music business? You know what I'm saying? If you want to be an artist, you can go rap all day. Like that's the art, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't got to do with the business. You know what I'm saying? So like making sure that you signed up with the right pro, and you got your how a song is broken down, mechanical royalties versus these other royalties, and who collects them and how to go, all of that, right? Someone to tell you that. Then I transition over to this. Who can I ask?
Right.
Ain't nobody did it.
Yeah.
So, now I have other people that's coming to me, shout out to Trap Bingo. They're a game outside, they're in New Orleans, based in New Orleans, but they're coming to us, hey, this is how you, negotiate these deals. This is how you talk to these people. And like, what has always stuck with me from what my cousin gave me is don't be afraid to give away the information. Like that does not secure your spot, because the information is out there. So whether you give it to them, it's what they do with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even if they do, whatever is for them is for them. Whatever is for you is for you. Like I can give you who supplied our, who we did through. That don't mean that you're gonna be successful. But it's not up to me to hold that you know what I'm saying, from you. You know what I'm saying? And so many people, they withhold that information because it's like, oh, well, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, make you more successful than I am. Yeah. Now, some things I won't tell you just because it's like, all right, bro, like, you know, I want you to work a little bit. You know, you're like, I'm not gonna give you everything, but I will give you, you know, any guidance that you need along the way. Now, I'm like, you know, so if somebody, like, there's been people who, how do I start my own card game? Well, first you got to come up with the content. Mm-hmm. What is it going to be about? You know what I'm saying? And what makes it different from anything else that's out here, you know? But yeah, man, it's just like, I said all of that to say, I'll give anything, like whatever it is that you want to know, you know what I'm saying? Like just hit me, like whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. And I mean that, like, you know, I'll tell anybody anything because that's been given to me. Mm-hmm. And to see when I transition, you know, I know the game that I've given to so many people, to see it being given back to me is, you know what I'm saying, it really makes you feel good. And like, you know that, you know, people aren't just all selfish, you know, like there are some people that will look out for you, you know, just like Mouse Jones from Trap Karaoke. Like, he didn't kind of like took me under his wing, like, you know, even though I'm a year older than him, little ass nigga, but you know, but he'll just like, you know, mention my name in, you know, different conversations, and then next thing I know, somebody reaching out to me, hey, Mouse told me about you, and you know, I'm like, damn, okay, bet, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but he's just like showing me how to navigate, you know, this space, because I've never done it before, you know what I'm saying? So like having that person that you can call on is very important. So whatever you need. Whatever you need.
Can you go ahead and tell them the name of yours and what it's about, the basis of it?
P's and Q's.
Okay.
Damn, I don't know if I'm gonna say too much because I ain't trademarked it yet. I'm gonna just say P's and Q's.
Okay.
We say it on here though.
What you about to say?
What, like, you haven't trademarked what, the name?
The whole thing, the whole idea. That don't matter.
It's up to you, but I mean, we had Urban Trivia out before we trademarked it, so
okay.
The thing is, I wish we could turn the mics off. The thing is,
we got time to talk after.
Know.
We got time to talk after.
Don't nobody know.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We got time to talk after.
It's P's and Q's is perspectives and questions. So the overall point of the game is to have conversation. You're gonna learn different perspectives from people. It's gonna make you think about your own when you hear other people's answers and your own answers, or it's a question that may arise that you never heard of or like never questioned yourself.
Gotcha.
But there's fun in there. There's serious. The scenario I pull, like that's one of them.
Oh, okay.
So we got scenarios, fun, et cetera, et cetera. And if you don't want to answer, you got to take a shot.
Gotcha.
So either you're going to be and you're going to start talking, or you just ain't going to take these shots, but you're going to answer these questions.
So it is, like you said, a good icebreaker. And then kind of like, I would kind of put that into like tonight's conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, you get to know somebody with those, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or you can play it in a group setting too, because, you know, it's fun to still see what people's, you know, answer is or whatever. But yeah, I think that's, you know, that's definitely, and then with you having a podcast, you know, those type of things, they just play into each other. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I that's definitely a great idea.
Appreciate that. And then too, what I did was, at first I was going out interviewing people with the questions. I let them pull the questions, and I'm like, damn, I could turn this into a show instead of just the cards. So then I started going to Deep Ellum and all these other places, and I've been getting some good responses. I just got to plan better when it comes to that, because I got people asking me, can I get where can I get it? I'm like, I ain't got it yet. Like, I'm just trying to get people excited first, but I still need to learn that.
So then what I would do is put everything together, because this is what you don't want, right? No one likes announcements about announcements. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So like if I'm telling you, you know, hey, we going to Atlanta, and they like, when? I don't know. But we going. You're going to get the most engagement, excitement about that initial announcement, that when you go to announce the announcement, you don't really get much, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if I say, you know, man, in a few months, I'm doing this. Everybody's going to be, oh my God, that's so great. But then when you go to announce it a few months later, they like, you don't get nothing. Right. And that's because they probably either interacted with it already, algorithm don't push it out to people. Whatever the reason is, you know what I'm saying? So like my thing is have it ready when you announce it. Now, if you're doing prep work, I'm going to go out on the street and ask people these questions, and this will be my marketing material for when I put it out. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Because now when people ask you, you know, hey, when's it coming out? And you can be like, oh, well, this is just to get the marketing material together for when I drop it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that, you know, that works perfect. But like I say, my thing is I would just have it have it ready when it's ready. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't say anything about it until it's pre-sale time. And game, do pre-sales. Have everything together though. So that means when people buy it, all that's doing is funding you go and pay for it, so you don't have to pay for it out of pocket.
Right.
So you say, that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, I'm letting you know you will get it in a month. We really put it out like 2 months. You'll have it before Christmas. You know, that's really what we said, but we knew that we were going to beat that expectation. But we want to see, okay, if we got 200 pre-orders and then plus, you know, this $1,000 that we can put with it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we can order 300, you know what I'm saying, and get those out, you know, to the people or whatever like that. But that means we didn't have to fund all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, just when you get ready for that pre-order link though, you know, get somebody to mock up what the card's gonna look like, all of that. Cause that's all we did. We just had a digital box. We ain't had no box. We had nothing. Like, and our website was terrible. It wasn't terrible, but it was just something that I made on Squarespace. You know what I'm saying? But you see it, you can order it. You know what I'm saying? And then as we went, we found a web developer to, you know, like make this better and, you know, things like that. But yeah, man, that would be my advice to you. Just, you know, no announcements about announcements and, you know, do pre-orders.
So when you do your in-person shows, you might want to have some available to sell to people. Like if they ask, where can I get this? You know, that's
the thing. I could, but that's the issue I'm having. Yeah, because it's just paying for 10 is different from paying for 50 because you're paying more for 10.
You pay more.
There's no point in doing that.
Like, honestly, that's why I say, like, you know, if you can crowdfund whatever you got to do, business credit, okay? Black people do not run from credit, okay? Your personal credit got to be good, but, you know, business credit, and, you know, take your time on paying off. You know what I'm saying? But you know, ordering our first order was like 200. No, like I think like 3. I think it was, I'm lying. We had 300 pre-orders. We ordered 500. And we just leveled up every time after. So, you know, but yeah, ordering 10 is not worth it because now you're paying $20 per deck. And now, if that's the case, what am I going to sell it for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So definitely pre-orders. Fire.
But yeah, just, you know.
I don't even have a card whatever game, you need. But I learned a lot. Like I got a adult toy store, so mine a little different. I do.
But it all applies.
Yeah, but it all applies. Like listening to you talk, I'm like, dang, I should do that, and I should look into this. So even though I don't have one, it's inspirational talking to you as well.
For sure.
Anything else?
I don't. Do you have any questions for us?
No, man. I appreciate y'all for having this.
For sure.
You know?
Absolutely.
Stand the man.
You know.
Thank you.
We out here. Appreciate y'all.
So, let me find this. I gotta practice this. Hold on.
Oh,
bear with me. All right, cool. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Unsolicited Opinions, the podcast where no one access our real, raw, and relevant opinion. Again, I'm Ryan J.
And I'm Alika.
The raw is for... We out.
Thank you.